Okay, today I'm going to be talking about Robin Sharma, someone who's been my mentor for some time. Robin Sharma stands out to me as a leader with a servant heart. I first came to know of Robin Sharma. I first came to know about Robin Sharma in 2001, through an article in the International Insurance Industry publication called Round the Table. Okay. So this was that article. It's a very old article, and I've underlined certain parts of it. You don't try to read it. I'm going to be reading it to you. Okay. Now, when I found that article, which was from the Round the Table, the MDRT publication in 2001, that was also the beginning of my leadership journey, learning with AsiaWorks, and then applying what I learned, practicing through the New Skin business. Robin Sharma's words in 2001 mean even more today as I read back what he wrote and as I reflect on my own journey. His words were not fads, but eternal laws of leadership. Laws like the law of gravity, they're forever, okay? So I want to just read to you what he said in this article. Being a leader is about allowing your bigness as a human being to shine through, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Your life will be defined by one thing and one thing alone. It will be defined by your contributions, by how many people you help, by how many lives you touch, and by how much value you add to the world around you. Leadership is really about the way you show up in your life. And what really kills me is how most of us play small in our lives. Being a leader is about allowing your bigness as a human being to shine through, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. We need to be leaders not only in our work lives, but also in our home lives. We need to show leadership with our children. We need to show leadership in our communities. And most importantly, we need to show leadership with ourselves. We can't do great things unless we think great thoughts. You can't give the best to your clients and your customers unless you really know yourself. Leadership's essence is treating people as if they are what they ought to be and helping them become what they are capable of being. That's really the essence of success in business. If you want more from life, then be more. Stop wishing for fewer problems and wish for greater wisdom. Stop wishing that things were easier and wish that you were wiser, smarter, stronger, and better. The starting point of all leadership then is really the way that we manage our minds, the way that we show up, the choices that we make. A leader's job is clearing out fear and looking for the truth. We see the world not as it is, we see the world as we are. Leadership is about reclaiming your life and releasing your fears. I know that's hard to do in this day and age. You never know who's coming up behind you anymore, and there's lots of competition. So how can you manage the changes that you are going through? How can you take your career to the next level? Here are some of my philosophies on how to become a better leader in your business and your life. First, link your paycheck to your purpose. In other words, link the work you're doing with the lives that you're touching. Everyone needs to have something that's going to inspire him or her to go out into the world when things are difficult. When you shift from a compulsion to survive toward a commitment to serve, your life will explode into success. The deepest need of every one of us is not the need for a nicer suit, a better car, a bigger title, or a nicer home. The deepest need of every single one of us is the need to make a difference, to know we have not walked this planet in vain. Study after study shows that it's not money that motivates people. It's giving them a sense of meaning. The purpose of life is really a life of purpose. Motivation doesn't come from the head, it comes from the heart. Secondly, manage by the mind, but lead by the heart. When you manage your team, your clientele, your priorities, your day, or your mind, lead with your heart. Great people, the most successful people in your industry are those who lead with their hearts. Great leaders are vulnerable. Great leaders expose their weaknesses. Great leaders are people who wear their hearts on their sleeve. The deeper your relationship with your clients, your customers, your family, and your friends, the more effective your leadership will be. Before someone will lend you a hand, you must touch his or her heart. Every single one of your clients, every single person that you meet as you go through your days has an imaginary button on their lapel that says, "Make me feel cherished, make me feel important." I challenge you to become the kindest person that you know and watch what happens to the level of your success. Raise the standard of the way you're operating, and no matter what happens, show kindness. Become the kindest, most courteous person that you can. Number 3, surrender to change. Change is opportunity, change is possibility, and change is nature's way. Often we see the world not as it is. Instead, we see the world as we are. We criticize change, but often we grow the most from our most difficult experiences. Failure and adversity introduce us to our strengths. You know that more than anyone else in the industry. What we need to do is surrender to change. How do you do that? The first way is to simply get good at being uncomfortable. Remember that true security lies in trying new things, reading new books, meeting new people, thinking new thoughts, and taking greater risks. When I was growing up, my dad said to me, "I want you to take risk each and every day. It's risky out on the limb, but that's where all the fruit is." Here's the thing about risk-taking, though. Often we don't take risks because of fear, but the place where your greatest fears live is also the place where your greatest growth lies. Great leaders don't run away from their fears. Great leaders move toward their fears, understanding that there's opportunity behind every fear door. So what I'm encouraging you to do is to dream bigger dreams and take greater risks. Because at the end of your life, what you will regret the most is not having a dream big enough. Studies have shown that people who are at the end of their lives wished they had dreamed bigger dreams. The point of wisdom is simply this: your life will change. All too often, we look for the externals to make us happy and successful. That's a mistake I made as a lawyer. No matter how much you make, no matter what you achieve, no matter how many toys you collect, you wake up the next morning, look in the mirror, and it's the same face staring at you. And you better have done the inner work. You better have looked at your fears and realized who you really are. That's what changed my life. When I was practicing law, I was going to work every day feeling unfulfilled and unhappy. There was like an ache in my stomach saying, this is not the real way you can add the most value. I was spending my days basically fighting with people, and that's not who I am. So I stopped focusing on the externals and asked, how may I most be of service to the world? That's when my life really changed. It's the inner work that really perceives the leadership. My final point is this: think of your legacy. In all the work I do with organizations around the world, when I get people one-on-one after a presentation, I ask them, what are you all about? They all say the same thing in one way or another. They say, I just want to make a difference. I just want to stretch myself at work. I want to know I can add some value. I want to grow. I want to have a sense of community. I just want to make a difference. The deepest need of every human heart The deepest need of every single one of us is the need to live for something more important than ourselves. The deepest need of the human heart is to leave a legacy. What will your great victory be? How many lives will you touch through the person that you are? What will be the mark that you will make? What will be your footprint? So that was that article that I had and I kept from 2001, that as I read back, my goodness me, how we have tried to practice this in our business, and how those of us who have followed that have had so much joy as we see ourselves grow to become a bigger contribution to people. Okay, I'm in closing now. I want to play a video by Robin Sharma, which addresses the fourth crucial characteristic of a leader, iron will. The video is called How Not to Quit Your Dreams.
I hope you are doing amazingly well today. I am out on a morning walk. It's going to be a valuable video if you're interested in philosophy and thinking about how you can become a stronger person, leader, servant to many, and someone who makes the world a brighter place while you handcraft your own highest desires. So on the dreamer's journey, there's a key word that I invite you to consider, and it's called faith. And you know what faith means, but you have probably at the front end of this year developed a series of goals and high value targets in your personal Mount Everest. And then there's that lag time between the fulfillment of your desires and waiting for them to come true. And that's a period where often we feel frustration and we actually feel doubt. Will my dreams come true? Will I make them true? Why is it taking so long? And that's where we get to do a faith walk. We get to say we've done our best, now let life do the rest. And we have to trust that things will unfold at the time that is best for them to unfold. The universe really does have our back, and when we don't get what we want on the timeline that we expect, please trust and know it's because you are being protected and something even better is coming. The larger point I want to offer to you is this key word. It's one of the greatest virtues, and it's the virtue of patience. So do your best, get up early, work hard, push your masterwork into the world, grow every day, stay curious and creative, treat people incredibly well. And once you've done your best, then just let go and just trust that everything is unfolding according to the right timeline that is absolutely best for you.
And finally, remember, and this is something that this one's favorite quote: all change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and so gorgeous at the end. All change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and so gorgeous at the end. And that's why I look forward to Christmas, when the year ends and we have been working so hard for the next 6 months together with each other. Okay, so bye everyone. Have a fantastic finish to this month. Okay, practice being a finisher. And thank you. Have a great week.